We do have the Void come out. Winstrike, they do go for the AA straight off the bat. More aggressive, won't think about it too much. Beastmaster apparently is the fourth pickup now. Winstrike, how do we retaliate to this? And all these heroes from aggressive mode do love getting those team fights started early on. There's just so much single pick-off potential here from aggressive. Beastmaster doesn't need much to be very effective. The hero itself just needs levels. In terms of items, you really don't need anything to get involved. Primal Roar is just such a good ability to have on your side of things as Winstrike. Gonna start using reserve time for that fourth pick, but no, they do go straight into the Troll Warlord now. Interesting pick though. You're going into a Shadow Demon and a Faceless Void, both of which can just stop you during that battle trance. So I'm not sure how much I agree with this Troll Warlord pickup. Can still do a lot of work. Of course, the nets that do tend to come out do work well up against the Void, but again, if you are fighting into a Chrono, he's not really going to care. Of course, the Beastmaster Roar obviously locks down the Troll Warlord quite nicely as well. So in aggressive mode, they do get rid of the puck. Puck and Troll Warlord tend to love being with each other. Very strange relationship, but they love it. Strike, final ban for them. They are still requiring the mid core, the young G, and again, we have seen him play SF all day. He won't have the option this time. How do we switch it up? You know, before you even see that, are Winstrike going to ban out the Pugna? Because Pugna is available for aggressive mode to pick up. It does really suit their draft, and it works very, very well up against the Troll Warlord. So I think this is an obvious Pugna ban if you are Winstrike. No, they get rid of the Queen of Pain, and they go for the Storm Spirit. I kind of still question the Storm Spirit pick. You are up against a Beastmaster Faceless Void who can stop you quite easily. Perhaps you don't go for the Pugna though, because Pugna doesn't like going up against the Storm. You still wouldn't mind seeing it, honestly. Even if you wanted to, you could go something a little greedier and go for like an OD. Just Astral the Troll over and over again. There's not much he can do about it. Aggressive, they're going to use a lot of reserve time for this final pick. Gonna go all the way down. And they go for the Ember Spirit. Okay, fair enough. Both drafts look pretty interesting. I thought they may have gone for something a bit more, a bit better up against the Troll. I guess the Ember still works okay, but well, now you've got the chains at least up against the Storm Spirit, so you can lock him down a little bit with those chains. The Ember does enjoy going up against the Storm up until that level 6 mark as well. So the Ember should essentially just dominate this mid lane. Sunlight should really have no issues with that. But once you hit that level 6 mark on Storm, things become a little bit different. Young G should be perfectly safe, just zipping away every single time. And Winstrike, they do have to win this game to force it to a game 3. Of course, loser of this is just knocked out. Winner will go into the lower bracket finals tomorrow up against Khan. We'll find out very soon how this is all going to pan out. We'll get into it straight off the bat. Spartan gonna be there with Thug, it seems. At least for now. For Sunlight, gonna be in that mid lane. Would have a very, very decent time. Skylark as well on the Beastmaster shouldn't really struggle too much up against the Troll Warlord. The Troll shouldn't really have a tough time either. Like, it can be a little bit annoying up against the Beastmaster because he can just get so many denies off with the ball. But apart from that, like, you can just stay in the range form. Generally will be okay. Winstrike looking to get a little bit greedy with these bounty runes, trying to get more than 2 here. Top lane, Decayed. It is going to be a roll from Desire. They do secure the bounty on that Earth Spirit, though Skylark going to cop a fair bit of harassment on the way out. It will actually be a 3-for-1 trade in the way of aggressive mode, so they do get a little bit of an advantage to start. Again, we'll see these creep blocks in the mid lane. The Young G has been very on point with those blocks. Apparently, Sunlight has no stats on the Ember. There you go. Don't really know what to expect anymore. Young G, though, pretty nice success rate, 66.6%. Eco Phogos actually going to be left alone at the bot lane for now. His lane support is currently rotating towards that mid lane. Sunlight is already getting harassed out quite a bit by Young G on the Storm. PSA going to see if he can find himself a nice Fisher. Set up an early first blood in that mid. Sunlight does go a little downhill. Gotta be careful not to go too far down, as the Fisher can just block his way. PSA may have to just be very patient with this, though. He's gonna have to wait this one out. Skylark, meanwhile, not even able to get close as Kiki, being very frustrating on the AA. The Earth Spirit just making his way back up to that top lane, but he has been missing for a little bit of time. As TSA does get the Fisher off now, Young G going to pull him back with the Vortex. Sunlight, how do you get out of this? There was a small gap and now the rolling Desire suddenly makes his way in. Young G going to be copping a fair bit of damage here from Desire. Flame Guard has been popped and there is the Sleight of Fist to secure the first blood. I wasn't quite expecting that Earth Spirit to be there. He was up at the top lane for just a second and all of a sudden he showed up mid. It's a nice play from the side of aggressive mode. TSA will just stick in the lane while Young G is TPing back. They may have another go at him. Vortex going to be there, but he has a haste rune. In fact, we'll run back towards Young G, but doesn't get the chains he wanted. He'll be safe. Has a full bottle available. In fact, Desire will be a nice support. We'll come by and just salve him up. Skylark, though, cops the Fisher top lane. Spartan actually copying a lot of harassment from DK Phogos. Zai, did he roll into something? Just got a courier. She found the troll's courier as it was on the way to the troll. Well, I've got to say, they haven't really done the greatest job in the world shutting down this troll wall. It is bot lane DK Phogos going way too deep and does end up going down a Spartan. That's going to make it a 2-0 once again for aggressive. Just a great start for this Radiant side. Meanwhile, top Desire going to be chased down now. Cold Feet going to be there. TSA trying to block the way. Has no Fisher available, it seems, and roll away won't be there. The troll does barely find the kill. That'll make it a 2-1. There's going to be a bit of a concern here for aggressive, because this troll is essentially going to free farm. And mind you, the Void is also free farming, so you have that. The trolls tend to get online a little bit faster. We'll see what Winstrike can do with all this troll farm that's going on. Spartan going to rotate in onto Young G. Disruption, not really going to be there. He's just going to keep spamming Shadow Poisons. And now the Disruption comes out. Sunlight going to move in with the Roll of Desire. Still, it's not enough, but Young G does eventually go down to the Flame Guard damage. And Winstrike just keeping two supports in the mid lane, trying to ensure that their Storm doesn't die again. But this is just going to open up the side lanes to the side of aggressive mode. Spartan not even bothering with that banner and just denies it off immediately. Just trying to juke out TSA. Hikid, Spartan, who are you going for? Fisher going to connect on the Shadow Demon. Now Young G looking for that kill, but Disruption going to be there in time. And now Desire jumps in with the roll. Boulder Smash was there as well. TSA still chasing for the Shadow Demon. Just wants the final right click, but is going to go down to Sunlight anyway. And that is just not worth it. Like, you got the kill on the POS 5, but then you gave a kill away to the Ember Spirit. It just seems a little bit desperate from Winstrike. Sunlight now, going to find himself a double damage rune. They're going to roll in again. TSA, he just TP'd into the mid lane. Boulder Smash away. Desire, though, getting a bit too deep in Sunlight, getting blocked up by the Fisher. He does have the double damage and does activate it, but can he get himself out of this? Well, he has Remnants, so he should be perfectly fine. In fact, he turns around now, TSA, going to try man fight, but the Remnant's flying out. Young G, can you find anything out of this? Vortex, Static Remnant, not actually going to connect on Sunlight, and he just makes a run for it. Salve, going to protect him from that final bit of damage, and still sticking around, trying to juke them in. Kikid does go down as Desire does respawn and TP back to the mid lane in aggressive mode. Putting a bit of a clinic on the side of Winstrike in this mid lane. Poor Young G, just about to hit level 6. He's going to find himself at least one full level behind the Ember. And while all this has been happening, Thug has been freely farming that bot lane. Like, you look at the net worth of DK Phogos, it's just not there. He's sitting at 2k right now. Just so scared to get anywhere near Thug. Spartan has been very aggressive with the Shadow Poisons as well. So Kiki finally going to rotate down to try and help him out a little bit. Now, Disruption going to be there. Thug has Chrono. Doesn't even need to commit it though. Desire is there with a roll. And it's just such an easy kill though. Now the Storm zipping in again into a Chrono. He does manage to get out. But he wastes all his mana. I just don't know about this. Like, he came back from the fountain with full mana. Wasted all at bot. He does come with a clarity at least. So he's going to go back into farming the jungle. He does get a little bit lucky by finding an arcane ring, but there's been some very questionable plays from Winstrike this game thus far. Still, on the brighter side of things, their troll is still freely farming and is at the top of the net worth board. So you have that. He is going to rush a Maelstrom, it seems. So he's looking to fight early on with his team. I think he kind of has to, considering the way the game is going. Sunlight, what are you actually going for here? He's queued up phase boots, but he's already got treads up. So Sunlight not really revealing what he's actually going for with his item build yet. Well, top lane, Spartan. Disruption there on the troll. He's actually fallen quite low, but not quite low enough. They will not get the kill. I believe Skylark did actually commit the roar to try and go after that troll warlord, but they don't quite find it. He will salve up now. We will see a rotation coming in from Young G. Who does he jump on? He will go straight onto what looks like the Shadow Demon, but they're already gone. And Spartan just giving him the tip as well. And poor Young G, I mean, he's just trying to find kills across the map and kind of catch up a little bit, but he's not finding anything. Meanwhile, mid TSA was trying to soak some XP, but it looks like he probably will go down as Sunlight will remnant forward, and it's a mega kill streak already for December. We're not even 10 minutes in yet. We're just about to hit that mark. There could be a bit of an engagement top lane now. They may fight over the bounties, though. No, aggressive, they will not engage. Thug apparently has a 100% win rate on the Void throughout the EGB Arena of Blood. Xayah comes in, gets a silence off on the troll, gets the stun off as well, though there's the battle trance popping out. Still Disruption will stop anything coming out, and now the Chrono being dropped, and it catches all four of them. Echo Slam being committed, but it catches nobody. The arena though is there. They will at least get Spartan. And that was just an absolute mess of a team fight. But Sunlight now, he's the janitor. He looks to clean this mess up. DK Phogos will be the one caught by Desire and has nowhere to go. He will eventually burn out to the Flame Guard. And so eventually, aggressive mode do come out on top of this team fight. Sunlight just going to TP back down, perhaps looking to set up a kill on the troll now, and they know that he doesn't have his ulti up. Spartan gets the purge off, and that troll is almost certainly just dead. Sunlight. Great rotations from this Ember Spirit. Gives him a 3k net worth lead at 11.5 minutes. It's a huge net worth lead as mid lane. Desire is going to get jumped by Young G. They do get a nice little kill. So you look at Young G's farm and it's just so far behind. It's currently 1.6k net worth behind the Ember. And Thug, he's getting very close to that Maelstrom now. We saw in that initial Chrono he threw out, he just didn't have any damage. But now with that Maelstrom, he should have quite a bit more damage output throughout these Chronos. Sunlight. Ice Blast gonna fly through. He does dodge it though. He's just been on point this whole game so far. They just aren't able to catch him out. He'll show himself again down at that bot lane though. Maybe this is their opportunity, but nobody's even there anymore. Back Spartan has smoked up. They do run into TSA. DK meanwhile trying to set up on this Ember. TSA gonna run up the hill. Here comes Young G straight onto that Shadow Demon. He does have disruption, but they get the Fisher off with the Vortex. He's not able to do anything about it. That's not the real target they wanted. The Ember will TP out in time, but they'll get something for their trouble. Now the Troll will go ahead for that bot T1. Of course, the top T1 was already taken by aggressive mode. Sunlight gonna start setting up on the mid tier 1 instead. So you do have Chrono up on Thug, you have Primal Roar on the Beastmaster. Ice Blast gonna fly through, but won't actually really connect on anybody. That'll be the T1 mid gone. Aggressive. Starting to take map control over as they smoke up again. Straight through the dire jungle, looking for some other pickoff. They won't quite catch anybody, but it won't matter. They look to just choke Winstrike out of this map. In fact, they roll in Young G. He does get caught out. Now the silence from Desire, as well as the boulder smash. Young G. Primal Roar will be there just in the nick of time. The Desire will be the one to actually pick up the kill on the Earth Spirit. That's going to make it 11-7 now, but 4k net worth lead for aggressive. As they continue to just dominate this map. Desire looking for another. TSA is going to be the target. They got the silence off. The purge is there from Spartan. TSA, how do you get yourself out of this one? I think you probably don't. Though Nice Fisher is actually going to block Spartan in, but he gets the disruption off. And here comes Sunlight. Desire will be the one to pick up the kill on the Earth Spirit. But aggressive, just with this Earth Spirit rolling around, finding all these nice little stuns, allows them to pick up so many kills. Sunlight now with an Invis rune, looking at DK Phogos. It's a bit of a risky kill to go for, and he won't even bother. And while all this has been happening, Thug, he's been freely farming. He's top of the net worth board by almost 8k. Finding himself 1.4k ahead of the Troll Warlord. And speaking of, he does get out in time. Sunlight was making his way down. In fact, Winstrike have grouped up in that Radiant jungle now. They really want to try and find this Ember. Smoked up, just getting some wards out, but it looks like they aren't going to find anything. Sunlight, he actually runs into them. This could be really dangerous for aggressive mode. But Winstrike, they don't look like they actually want to fight this. They're backing off for now. Remnants forward from Sunlight. Is this bait? Chains are going to be there on the Troll. Whirling axes don't really land. And it looks like the rest of Winstrike has been spotted, and that'll be enough. Aggressive don't want to fight into that. Mind you, they do have Chrono up. They are going to find Spartan. The disruption will be there in time, and Desire, he just needs to get out of there. Spartan understands he's just dead. But again, it's a 5-man rotation. And all they're finding is the position 5 Shadow Demon. So, aggressive, they're going to be more than okay with this. Winstrike going to try and make it worth their while by pushing that bot tier 2. Probably not really going to find it anyway. Even if they do aggressive mode, they are already pushing out that top lane now. In fact, Maelstrom comes up on Ember, and Mjolnir comes out on Thug on the Void. And you know they're just dying to take a team fight. Young G may get caught out here. Spartan has eyes on him, gets the disruption off. They have Primal Roar there from Skylark. Young G, he does zip out in time though. A very, very close call. Pretty much needed Desire there to roll in to really set up for that Primal Roar, but they won't get it off in time. Skylark still looking for another target. Oh, DK gets stunned up by the Centaur. He's taking a lot of damage on that Mars. Seemingly trying to bait them in to try and go for the kill, but they just don't now. Desire, though, does roll in and gets the silence off into Young G. Looks like he'll be alright, and we'll actually get the Vortex off, and now the Arena going to be there, but DK gets caught in the Chrono and does go down. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far, but Primal Roar, Skylark, he's in trouble now. Ice Blast going to fly through. Disruption not there in time from Spartan. And that's going to mean a third death for Aggressive as Young G finds a triple kill in the buyback. From Spartan. Why buy back? Maybe he's just getting ready to set up for the mid defense? I guess. He is so far. I mean, he's just throwing out Shadow Poison, so I guess maybe the buyback was worthwhile. I doubt his respawn time would have been that high anyway. Well, now aggressive mode, we'll have to try and slow down a little bit. They don't have the Roar, they don't have the Chrono, so it's not a great time for them to go for a fight. Winstrike, however, would love to fight right now. Looks like they are kind of grouped down bot, though. So instead, aggressive, they just start pushing up that top tier 2 tower. Nobody is going to be there to defend from the side of Winstrike. Perhaps they'll push down the bot tier 2, but no, they're not really doing that either. So Winstrike just kind of farming up for now, just taking their time. They still seem a little bit afraid to take a team fight up against this aggressive mode side. And I guess that is fair because this Ember Spirit is still hitting like a truck and Bug is still farmed very, very well in this void. Well, the Roshan going to be the target from aggressive, though Ice Blast is going to fly in and give vision. They will have time to try and counter this Roshan attempt. Winstrike are slowly but surely making their way in, but now Sunlight will join. They'll leave the Roshan at half HP. Instead, they smoke up. They want to go for a fight now. Chrono isn't available yet, but I believe it is up very, very soon. Sunlight will remnant forward straight onto the Troll. Gets the chains off. Now they're rolling from Desire into the double silence. This could be really bad for Winstrike as this Troll is falling fast. And now the Chrono, just to make sure he can't get the Battle Trance off. DK Phogos, he gets Arena and the Echo Slam is there. In fact, Winstrike, they are pushing it back. Skylark, he does go down to the Beastmaster. And now Desire going to be in trouble with Thug. He's cleaning up the back lines. He's already found 3. They got the Storm Young G. He will zip out of there. DK Phogos may not be so lucky though, as Desire does get the roll on top, and that will be a 4-for-1 trade. And it looked like Winstrike may have been able to push it back after the Echo Slam, but just apparently not. Thug, he just took out all the supports in the back. They'll claim the mid-tier 2 now, and they still have the Roshan to go back to if they wish. And it looks like they will head their way there. And or Desire, he'll grab an outpost on the way. There are going to be TPs coming in though. So maybe he has to back out. Desire, I believe he has been caught and probably will die, and there it is. The Troll does get him. Now Young G jumps onto Spartan, does blow him up as well. Thug trying to find some bashes onto this Storm. Gets very lucky, in fact, and does get those bashes. The Troll, though, pops Battle Trance immediately, but Thug is just going to man fight him, getting more and more bashes, and now the Primal Roar. Skylark just ensuring he gets no way out of that. And Winstrike, they are so far behind. 9k net worth behind, in fact. And TSA, that is not the position to be in, sir. Perhaps just trying to set himself up for a Roshan Aegis steal, but it is not going to end up that way. His Sunlight is just going to burn him alive. Does eventually get him with the Sleight of Fist. You've got huge problems if you're Winstrike. Thug now going to have an Aegis up. He's certainly just going to wait for that Chrono to be back up and ready, and then once it is, they're just going to go for another team fight, I'm sure. Young G. Zip out in time. Sunlight didn't get the chains off. Sunlight just so confident to be in that position though. Young G, he will jump Skylark now. Skylark pretty much all alone. It is going to take them a while to take him out, but they do get him. That is still a very valuable kill to find. But the bottom tier 1 has been lost in the process. And that only leaves one outer tower left for Winstrike. And looks like Thug is already getting ready to set up for it. He has the Aegis and Chrono. There's really nothing for him to be afraid about, but he is actually going to back off for now. Maybe just unwilling to team fight without that Beastmaster, and Skylark with the Primal Roar has been quite effective. So you can't really blame him too much. Sunlight apparently just finding Kikid on the AA by himself. Now he's going to chase for DK Phogos. Just by himself, he has a BKB up already. Desire will roll in. Buyback is there from Kikid, and a Chrono catches absolutely nobody. It was just a complete whiff. Thug gonna need to get in and help Sunlight out. Spear gonna be there. Sunlight, he's got no way out of this. And that was just a very greedy play from the Ember Spirit, and that's a lot of gold going to the way of Winstrike. And perhaps that team fight could have been different if the Chrono actually landed on somebody. But even then, like, the Ember was just chasing kills alone. That was his godlike spree, being given to the way of the Earthshaker. Spartan, oh, he's going to find TSA straight off the bat. Shadow Poison going to give vision as Young G going to jump in. He feels confident. Thug, though, happy to jump in on Kikid instead. AA will go down immediately. Skylark about to fall, and does. But this looks pretty darn good for aggressive, although maybe not. Thug, he's falling quite low. He can't actually time walk away. That'll be the Aegis going down. Now Battle Trance has been popped. Spartan, he also goes down. Desire, going to try and roll in after this Troll Warlord, and they should be able to find this kill. The Troll, no way out. Does go down. It's going to be a 2-for-4 trade. I mean, I guess they just fight because the Chrono was down, but the thing was, he still had Aegis. So it certainly wasn't the greatest idea in the world. And Thug, just with the Mjolnir and Orb of Destruction he has, he hits very, very hard. ESA. Hiding in the trees, understands the Ember is around. Now Phogos going to be there as well, but they won't be able to catch this Ember out. Looks like they may have gone for an attempt as the Ice Blast was flying through, but they won't have the chance. Meanwhile, Young G does pick up his Bloodstone and is queuing up an Aghanim Scepter straight after. I think the Ags is pretty good this game. They do need the team fight. The control is going to be great from Young G, and it's a pretty good setup for the Echo Slam as well. So it's going to take a little bit of time for Young G to get this up. Meanwhile, the Troll, Fasher BKB Maelstrom up. So he does kind of have the tools to deal with this this Void, as we saw before. Aggressive mode, bot lane. Starting to set up for that tier 2 push. So Thug will probably just wait till he has the full Satanic, and there it is. He just buys it outright. The Satanic up now. Smoke is there from Aggressive. Who do they find? Nobody quite yet, but they are pretty darn close. So it seems that Winstrike is somewhat aware that this smoke is happening. Aggressive, do you actually find anybody? DK Fogos is pretty darn close. They won't quite catch him out. Thug, though, does take the bot tier 2 while all that was happening, so they still get an objective out of it. And Winstrike will just continue to wait on the other side of the mid lane. Well, the Troll chain's gonna be there. Sunlight does catch him. They won't jump immediately. They know that they're somewhere on the high ground waiting. PSA just sitting there invis with a Shadow Amulet. That is underneath the Sentry Ward of the Dire. No gem available on aggressive mode, so they won't spot him out. Aggressive mode may just wait out the next Roshan attempt. Seems like after that last team fight, they're a little hesitant. But just keep farming up. The Thug still holds the top of the net worth. In fact, he holds it by a long shot. It's almost 20k net worth in this Void now. Winstrike gonna smoke up. They want to go for a fight. Still going to be a very hard fight to take, but if they can find someone like Sunlight, it'd be amazing to start off with. They will not get so lucky, however. Now Thug moves in, has Chrono, doesn't quite use it yet. He's just holding out. Spear back. And Strike will wait for another opportunity to fight. They do spot someone out bot, and it is DK Fogos. Should be a very easy kill for them, assuming they can find him, and apparently they don't. They actually miss out. So Fogos actually just going to run out of there scot-free. They must have assumed he just TP'd. Well, on the brighter side for aggressive mode, Roshan is up, and they found a double damage rune. They won't check the Roshan though. They're going to go for the team fight first. Thug, Primal Roar is going to be there on Kakid, and he just gets destroyed by this Void. And BKB? I heard a BKB. I'm not sure who used it. Someone just wasted a BKB on the map somewhere. Gonna be a very, very easy Roshan. That'll be the Aegis and Cheese going the way of aggressive. Thug, surely you just take the Aegis. He does. Gives the Cheese over to the Ember, I believe. Speaking of the Ember, Sunlight is getting pretty darn close to picking up the Aghanim Scepter now on the Ember. That's going to be pretty darn nice to have. And there it is, in fact. Just as I say it, it does come out. Winstrike. Very, very far behind. 11k net worth behind. And may see another smoke. They're just remaining grouped up. Chains are going to be there. They've caught up the Troll and now they commit the Chrono immediately. Fisher going to be there from TSA, but not actually onto the Void. He had BKB anyway. There's actually no buyback though. Desire, where are you going, sir? He throws the Magnetize out. He is going to die for this, but Sunlight jumps in straight afterwards. Now Thug looking for Kikid. Phogos as well, falling quite low. There will be an Ice Blast. Thug, he's actually getting quite low and he can't heal up through this Ice Blast passive, but he does have the Aegis anyway. Phogos goes down. And Kikid will buy back immediately. As the tier 3s are going to be under siege. That Solar Crest is going to make it a lot easier for Thug to get these Raxes down. There's no outer towers, so they can theoretically go for Mega Creeps if they really want, but Young G has Ags, can delay things a little bit with that electric Vortex. Fisher going to be there, but Remnant forward from Sunlight. Shadow Amulet will protect the Earth Shaker. Now Fortification does finally get forced out. They aren't going to back off though. Still, Vortex in from Young G again, just delaying things. That mid tier 3 going to eventually go down though. No, Echo Slam is there from TSA. And now the Ice Blast flying through. Still Slider Fist dodge from Sunlight. And now Young G, he's been caught out with the Primal Roar. Do they have the damage in time? Not quite. He does get the Yules off and he will be able to get out of there. But now the Troll, he finds Sunlight. Battle Trance coming out. Thug, he still holds on to that Aegis. The Troll is still moving forward with that Battle Trance, but now pops the BKB. But Thug, he's just bashing through it. They'll get a Vortex off Young G. He'll buy some space for the Troll to get out, but Desire, he's not done. He wants to keep moving forward onto this Troll Warlord. Arena of Blood going to be there, and Thug can't actually get in. But the Troll is so darn low, and in fact, he ticks down to the Magnetize. Young G going for this kill onto Desire. But he is completely out of mana. And roll in Desire. He's going to make the chase, but he is going to give his own life away for that. Still, he allows his team to get the mid-racks. Still no buyback available on the Troll, of course. He just went straight in for the team fight. It's all up to Young G to delay this game long enough so they don't get megged. But it's looking pretty darn bad. Thug will have Chrono back up in a second. DK Phogos gets a nice spear off, but there's just no follow-up to it. The background, the Earth Shaker just playing around with the supports of aggressive mode, but without the Troll, I just don't see what they can do. DK Phogos going to be annoying with his shield, just blocking some of the damage coming out as the backlines. Young G, he just zips in, and Spartan, he's dead. Skylark now going to be chased down, but he gets the Primal Roar off. Chrono is going to be there, but he doesn't catch the Storm. Still, he'll get TSA. Now the Yules actually allows him to dodge the Ice Blast. Young G, he does get silenced up. The Void goes straight after AA. Kikid is dead, and looks like DK Phogos, he's been left alone as well. And this game is basically over. Mega Creeps are going to be up. Thug, he goes straight after the tier 4s, but the GG call has been made. And aggressive mode will win this series out 2-0, and that'll basically mean that they do secure their spot through to the lower bracket finals tomorrow up against Khan. in quite a convincing fashion. All props to Winstrike, of course. They won their first series of the night, and, well, they looked okay going into this series, but aggressive mode, they were just way too good for them. At least for today. Still, we'll be back tomorrow for some more great Dota for the Arena of Blood. Again, lower bracket finals and grand finals are on tomorrow. Unfortunately, though, that is it for tonight. It has been MLP Dota joining you tonight, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow for those finals. We'll see you then.